I'm sure you were hoping my next Sulfur video would be me overanalyzing and breaking down the default starting gun, right? Well, that's too bad because we're doing it anyway. Let's talk about the P38 Dirk. The love child of a C96 Mauser and Walther P38, the P38 Dirk is the first gun you'll ever put your hands on in Sulfur, and one that you can get for free whenever you'd like. You just gotta, do a flip. That's also probably why it's valued at only one Sulf coin, but we're lucky to get anything at all, really. The in-game description for the Dirk doesn't really tell us much, it's just a meta joke. You have a feeling that you've held this gun before. Believe me though, there's a lot more to this little dude than just a 10-word sentence. It's a global gaming icon, having been featured in the VR game Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades. A 3D printed model was even featured in one of Sulfur's YouTube pages, many amazing shorts. Even if you don't play Sulfur, you should check them out. It's highly addictive stuff.
But I feel like he would have shot you from a mile away. Yes, but if I were to come at you, it's all about how I... Okay, in that circumstance, maybe you got there a little bit faster. But if
Now, reading the name P38 Dirk, you might just think it's a dick joke or something, and you might be onto something because we all know that everything in Sulfur is likely an Easter egg or reference to something else. A name of Dutch origin, there's a lot of great Dirks in the history of the world. You got Dirk Daring from what I assume is the oldest video game ever, Dragon's Lair. One of the all-time GOATs, Dirk Blocker, who played Hitchcock on Brooklyn Nine-Nine to perfection. It could even be named after the dagger. This was a fun but unnecessary exercise because we kind of already know the inspiration behind the name. It was told to me directly during an interview with Perfect Random. Let's have a watch.
I guess it's named after Boogie Nights in a certain way, but mainly because it's named after the Diggler Dirk from Diablo 2. That was named from Dirk Diggler.
It's safe to say Perfect Random have something of a pistol persuasion going on with a staggering 12 pistols in the game at this point in time. You know what that means. This will be a pain in the ass to break down and compare the Dirk stats to the rest of the roster. For durability, it's 11th place, just above the Flicker in a three-way tie with the Salamander and Hellenbach. But still, it's close enough to the other pistols who are just a touch or two above. For damage, it's also in 11th, but this time it's tied with all but 4 guns. The Salamander, Bronco, and Terrier all have damage bonuses, while the Hellenbach has a random chance per shot at dealing higher damage. So I decided to put it just one above, I guess. I don't know where to put the Hellenbach. That thing is always going to be a mistake. Not really, but I do love the Star and Witness, and I prefer it greatly. It just makes me feel cool. I guess the Hellenbach makes me feel cool too, but this is about the Dirk. Not to start any shit here, but the unknown sits at the bottom underneath the 7-way tie. So once again, the Dirk is par for the course when it comes to pistols, at least with damage and durability. For RPM, it comes in 7th place, sharing the middle of the road with the Hellenbach. These three might be related. For magazine, we're at 11 again, tied with the Gravekeeper at 7 shots. Ammo capacity is maybe its most notable weakness. So let's talk about some strengths. That look cool? The Dirk brings home a bronze medal, 3rd place when it comes to recoil, because ain't nothing beating an energy gun in a recoil contest, so the unknown has that on lock. But the Dirk has a respectable spot alongside the SOCOM 9 and Star and Witness. They sit beneath the Cavalier with its heavenly control. Spread is also 3rd place, and it's a very workable spread of 2, something it has in common with the SOCOM 9, Gravekeeper, and Bronco 89. So many 8s and 9s. Where are my 6s and 7s? If I put that in, it's because I hate myself. A decently weighted semi-automatic 9mm with a standard 2x2 inventory size and reasonable reload time, the Dirk is the ideal starting weapon for a game like Sulfur. Not something you really want to hold on to for the entirety of your experience, but good enough to get you interested in the rest of the hugely growing arsenal. Although you can realistically beat the game with any gun if you build it right, and we can't do a gun portfolio portfolio without a build. When it comes to a chisel, being semi-automatic with a relatively low recoil, we can do pretty much whatever we want and it will still be manageable. Seeing as it's the starting gun, I didn't want to go too bougie with it and get a 12 gauge or anything shiny like that. But I also don't want to not turn the Dirk into a monster. That's why I went with the 7.62 option, which beefs up our damage to 100 while only giving a tiny bit of extra recoil. 3,000 Sulf coin ain't all that much, so most Sulfies should be able to cop it from Ralphie at some point early on. Not every gun needs a scroll, I know that, but explosive is not only a great option for any build, adding 25 explosive damage, but it will also help to bust open crack walls throughout the game, giving the Dirk more purpose. I wanted to play around with some size oils in honor of Marky Mark. Not only is birth oil completely on brand for that, but we can correct that 30% durability loss when we get to attachments. I'd say it's worth it for that 300% increase in size and the no extra durability loss that all size oils get, for some reason. I won't lie to you, a lot of guns will come down to glass cannon versus slow punch. A 50% damage increase is just too hard to ignore. Since birth just tore into our longevity, we'll do slow punch and take a hit to our bullet speed with negative 50%, which won't be all that noticeable, especially with the wide radius of explosions we'll be getting. Strafing won't save you, baby goblins. Being a semi-automatic with a bit of recoil coming from that 7.62, we can use Needle Eye without being punished too harshly for it. Minus 25% RPM isn't gonna wreck our shit, but plus 2 penetrating bullets will wreck more enemies' shits. Let's beef this little bad boy up one more time with Ascetic, which gives us a nasty plus 30 flat rate damage in exchange for money drops. Oh boo-hoo, bad guys won't give me their monies anymore, just sell their stuff. It's way more lucrative. Remember when I said we'd fix that little durability hiccup? Shrouded barrel extension will do just that for us, giving the Dirk a plus 20% increase in durability as well as minus 0.2 spread. She's looking good. Real good. As for a sight, you could do whatever you'd like. I'm gonna go with All Reliable, the compact sight, giving me plus 20% crit chance. As always with any gun, this P38 Dirk will be getting weapon insurance and a laser sight. I went with Tangerine because it's light and fun, but also one of the many colors of explosion. It's not something I'd consider a world beater, but it's more than capable of getting the job done and can still be utilized well after you beat caves. It's just a nice gun, I tell ya. Some cowboy shit there for no reason. Everybody remembers their first, and if you like this breakdown video, you should comment what gun you want to see next. The recommendation I see the most will be the subject of the next gun portfolio. And before you ask, you can't pick the guns them members are packing, although they are some really strong, good-looking folks. They really are amazing, aren't they? They go out of their way to give some extra support to my family and I, and they don't have to do that, but they do it anyways. We have another one-year member, that's my guy Super Gas Pack. He's been around supporting forever now. I mean, just about as long as Anton Stills. I think it's like a couple days or a week in between when they started doing this. We can't forget about the homie pluses, iRaspberry, KT Monkey, Wicked Wicker. You guys look great today. Then there's the homie golds who are absolutely glowing. Slick Willie 988 and Dookie Booty. That whole group is just as lovely as ever. Now it's time to see if Kevin's build helper can make a better Dirk build using its randomizers. I don't know if it can beat me, right? Let's see. Okay, listen, man, you're gonna have to walk forward just a little bit, dude. Just move a little bit. Be honest, is that gun build better than mine?